All right, good afternoon, my awesome TLC friends. We are here for our little STEM experiment that we have on the lesson plan for the TLC today. We are going to discuss, I know when we left the TLC, the last week we were there, we were talking about the importance of hand hygiene, hand washing, and washing using plenty of soap. So now that we've all heard about this silly little virus called coronavirus or COVID-19 running around, I wanted to do a little experiment, a little demonstration here to show you the importance of why we want to use that soap when we wash our hands, do it for a long time, seeing our ABCs twice, our happy birthday twice, and what that soap does to that silly little virus. Okay, so my friend Colton is going to, as usual, be my assistant and my helper. Colton, come on over. And apologize, my voice is a little funky. I actually just got a little bit of bad news about a awesome friend, a nurse that I worked with for a long time, who's up in New York right now battling this very virus. Anyway, so it's pretty interesting timing that we're doing this. So Cole, say hi to our friends here. Cole is going to help me out as we go. So first thing we're going to do, you see we have some icky looking black stuff there, pan here, and we have some water. We have some Dawn dish soap, or just soap. It all acts the same. It all does the same thing. And then a couple different glasses here, some clean regular water with no soap. We got a little bit of water with a tiny bit of soap in it that we haven't mixed up yet, and then a very nice, clean, clear cup of soapy water that you will see at the end of this demonstration is not going to be so clear or clean anymore, and is going to have a lot of these little germy viruses in it, and you're going to be able to see that if everything turns out. So what does that little virus look like, right? Well, everybody, hears about it. What does it look like? Well, it looks like, honestly, it's going to look kind of like what I'm going to show you. We're going to make here. It kind of looks like that. You see that kind of that icky looking ink stuff? Yeah, well, that's under the microscope what that guy looks like. And it looks weird, doesn't it, right? Everybody has seen this image, however, and this is the image everybody kind of goes with, right? That's what you see on the news. Let's turn that back over. Sorry, that's what everybody's seeing, right? That's that crazy COVID-19 virus. Cole, have you seen that before? Yeah. So that's what it looks like really far up close. See those little red things attached to it? Those are the things that make it work and make it do its thing. And that's not good, right? So what does the soap do to that thing? Right, Cole? What does the soap do to that? So we're going to show you as an example. We also have an example. You see these Legos right here? These Legos represent that same virus, okay? So pretend we're looking at that picture again, and this is going to represent what that virus is and what it's like, what it's made out of, right? And what happens when we put that soap on it, right, Cole? You're going to help me with that part too. So we have a little white baking on here, right? This guy. So it's nice and clean, just like our hands would be, right? And then we're going to touch the virus, right? We might go out, we might get contaminated, we might touch that virus, right? Oh, we're going to touch that virus, and we're going to get that virus all over this nice white thing right here, huh, Cole? You're going to get all over, right? Because you're out and you're about and you're doing that and you're just getting it all over your hands. Now, we don't want to touch our face. We don't want to do anything because now you'll be able to see, you'll hear my crutch hitting the floor there. You're going to see that we have, and it's hard to see here, but we have this oily black, and I'm going to come around to the camera to show you. It's oily black, and we'll rub it around because we'd be rubbing our hands around, right? And you'll start to see all that black, gross oil, right? That's all over. You see all that black oil, Cole? Mm-hmm. You can see everywhere you look, there's that black oil. It's all stuck on there now. So now we've got that oil all over it, and it's got that black germy stuff, right, Cole? So now what happens, Cole? We're going to wash our hands, but what if we wash only with water? What's going to happen? Are those germies going to come off? Are those germies going to come off, Cole? Let's find out. Let's put that in there. Let's put it in the water. Because, guys, that germy, that stuff you saw in that picture, the outside of it's made of a certain material. It's kind of a fatty, lipid material. It's like the bacon grease when you're cooking that bacon. You got that bacon grease, that grease. The outside of the coronavirus is kind of made up of that stuff, and that's what the soap does. It attacks that stuff. So you'll see I've put it in the water and I keep washing, but look, all that black grease, you see that, Cole? Still on there. Look, we're smearing it around. We're washing our hands. We're smearing it around, but that black stuff is still there. Oh, it's on the backside. It's everywhere. No matter how much water we use, huh, Cole? We can't get that black germy grease off, and it's just spreading everywhere, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, do you see a bunch of black stuff in this cup? You see a bunch of germs in that cup? We washed all kinds of water, right? Still crystal clear, isn't it? Yeah, all right. So now, I'm going to bring that back over here. I didn't wash too many germs off into that cup. Now we're going to take, Cole, grab that cup of soap for me. This one right here. Put it up there and put it inside that dish for me. So now, we're going to take the same one, guys, covered in this black, icky stuff, and we're just going to dip it right into our soap. Right? Cool? That's why we put soap on our hands. And we're going to dip it a couple times. Now, I'm going to take that soapy water and I'm going to start rubbing it like we'd be rubbing our hands, huh, Cole? So now, Cole, what I want you to do, we're going to dip it a couple times, right? And we're going to hold it over this tray. Hold it right there. I'm going to take water, nice clean water, just like we would. Now that we soaked our hands up and scrubbed for our 2 minutes and did our ABCs, put it right over the tray. We're going to start pouring the water on, and then the same way, right, Cole? We're going to start turning it over. We got that soap on there, and all of a sudden you see, wait a minute, what's not on there anymore? Let's look at that. All of a sudden, all that black stuff that was on there is starting to drip away and drip off. It's getting cleaner. Hold it here, Cole. Let's dip it one more time. Dip it for me one more time. One more time. Get it nice in there. Wiggle it around. Good job. Now hold it over. And let's take it, rub it around, and put some water over it. Water, sorry, friends. And oh my goodness, what is this? All of that black stuff is pretty much gone, isn't it? And we use just a drop of soap in that cup. Did you see that, Cole? So now, what happens? Why is all that grease gone? What happened? This is what happens, right? Like I said, that little funny virus has that stuff it's made out of that's like the bacon grease, right? That greasy stuff. And when you put the soap, Cole, go ahead and hold that for me. This is our virus, right? This Lego piece right here. When you put the soap on that virus, right? What it does to that material, to show us what it does to that material. What's it do to the virus? Exactly, it breaks it. Boom. All of a sudden it breaks that virus apart and it starts to get broken apart like you see when we put the soap in and it starts to go away, right? Exactly, Cole, good job. All right, so as an example to show you what I mean, we're gonna do that again. Now, do you see that nice clear water we had before isn't so clear anymore? It's got a little ickiness in this, and that's our germs in there. So we're gonna put some more of that gross, germy stuff all over this other one, right? Got this gross, germy stuff. Ugh, so black and gross, so many germs on there. Now, see what happens. We just used a tiny bit of soap. Let's see what happens when we put tons of soap on our hand. Cole, hold this for me right here. Let's put tons of soap on it this time, like we should. We will scrub our hands like we normally do. You see all that black stuff? Cole, hold it here for me. Hold it this way. See all that black stuff? We're going to put that soap all over. We're going to wash our hands. See it already kind of getting crazy and smearing around. We're going to do our ABCs for 30 seconds. And what's going on is we're putting the soap on that germy virus is, like my son showed, drop those Legos. It's breaking that virus apart, just like that. It's broken it apart, and then we take our water after we've sung our ABCs or our happy birthdays for 2 minutes. We're going to wash our hands with clean tap water, and then all of a sudden, voila, look at Colton, show him that spatula. Nice and clean again. And then look at our water. Nice and black and gross. What's in the water now, Cole? Germs, right? What's not on your hands anymore? Germs, right? Let's show them what this looks like. Do you see that, friends? You see all those germs floating in the water? Oh my gosh. So that's what's going on, my friends. That is the science behind why we are using the soap and why we are scrubbing for as long as we do, and what the soap does to that icky little virus. So I hope you guys learned something. Wash our hands. Make sure to sing our happy birthdays and our ABCs. Do that for 2 minutes. Make sure to be using tons and tons of soap to break down that virus. If you want to try this for yourself, do your own examples, make your own virus out of Legos, destroy it, show me, post it. Guys, I appreciate it. Colton, say goodbye to our friends. Thank you, Colton. Let's get in frame here. There we are. Bye, friends. We will see you next week. God bless. See you soon.